Cate Hunter is the independent candidate for the seat of Frome. Good to have you back with us on 2022 on Flow.
Thanks, Ricky. It's great to be back. Thanks for inviting me back onto the show.
Not a problem. Last time we talked a fair bit about health concerns, but I wanted to focus on regional roads in your electorate, in particular Horrocks Highway. What have you been hearing from the local community about the state of the roads in the electorate?
Yes, the locals know the Horrocks Highway as the Horror Highway, as I'm sure you know, and it's one of those topics of conversation. The problem is that key infrastructure in this region has been neglected by the major parties for many years, and that shows especially in our roads. That's something I want to do something about if I'm elected in the upcoming election in March.
And the Horrocks Highway itself, it has had some investment from state and federal governments. Is there a particular section or element of improvements you believe needs real focus this coming state election?
Yes, I welcome the fact that there has been some funding and some work done on the Horrocks Highway. Recently, of course, residents had to be very, patient while those delays were in progress. But it's very, very welcomed by the community in general, the work that has already been done. There is still more to do, however. For example, much of the work has been done up towards the northern area, up around Auburn and north. There's still much to be done just north of Roseworthy, down in the southern section as well. We have what the locals, term the camel humps, where people driving over that section still, bounce and bounce and bounce again because of the humps in the road down there. So it'd be great to see that work on the Horrocks Highway extended down towards the southern region and that sort of problem sorted.
Now, obviously a highway gets a lot of attention. You'd know from your experience in local council that local roads need some focus as well. What are you taking to the election campaign from a particular focus on what needs to be done with local roads?
Thanks, Ricky. Yeah, that's a great question. Coming from my council background, I'm very aware that, in fact, the councils bear a huge burden of the cost of local council roads. It's, in fact, their major cost, and it's a big cost for the ratepayers to actually deal with. That's why, and as we go on, of course, the price of keeping roads upgraded and the way we would expect them to be increases. So that's why the funding around roads, I think, can be improved. I think the councils bear a large proportion of the cost of the roads of Frome, federal and state funding has some input, but it needs more. Especially state funding can be increased. There should be more responsibility taken by the big parties for actually maintaining our roads networks through this region.
And when it comes to issues like local roads, you hear these things from the local community. How are you engaging with the local community? It's a little tricky this election compared to previous ones with COVID and concerns over social distancing. How are you hearing about local people's concerns?
Yes, Ricky, that is a big one because COVID is a concern at the moment. One of the ways in which I'm doing that, not just through door knocking, I'm running a series of listening posts. I'm continuing Geoff's tradition of listening posts across the new Frome.
Oh, sorry, that's Geoff Brock you're referring to, the former member for Frome, but in a sense it's not the same Frome.
That's right. This is now the new Frome, with a whole section towards the south that's now part of the new Frome. But I'm still continuing his legacy of listening posts. I think they worked so well. But because of COVID, I'm scheduling them for open-air locations and parks. And I'll be doing that, sort of inviting people to come to those community catch-ups and join me in parks across the next Saturdays from the end of January through to the beginning of March. I'll be present in parks across Frome, Clare, Kapunda, Two Wells, Jamestown and Balaclava. All that information is available on my website. People can head there and go and have a look at the locations and times of that. My website is at catehunter.com.au for those details. I'll also put those details out into the community and on social media in the usual sort of ways. And that's a great opportunity for people to come and meet me, chat to me, tell me what's on their mind, what are their concerns, what are their ideas, what are their aspirations. That's how I'm sort of focusing, getting out into the community in a way that's comfortable, safe, and relaxed for everybody.
And one of the challenges of radio, the spelling with catehunter.com.au, that's with a C, isn't it?
Yeah, thanks for that. Yes, Ricky, that is with a C, not the usual K, but with a C. That's CateHunter.com.au.
Okay, there's opportunities to speak to one of your candidates, have a grizzle or express some support for what she's trying to do. Thanks for that. And Kate, great to have you with us again on Flow today.
Thanks so much, Ricky. Great to speak to you.